again, and welcome to Roland's Reviews. If you were on the stream last night, I told you that I would go live. We know that the No Kings broadcast is going on all across America, more than 2,000 protest marches. And so, what I told, if you remember, I said I would let the stream go for a few hours and you can just sort of watch. I'll be in and out of the stream, it'll be playing. So you can just sort of drop in and see what's happening. And I'll I'm in and out, but I'm here, so I'll try to respond to your comments. So let's see what's going on, and I'll try to go to different cities once I get stable and I'm done with everything that I'm working on. Please hit that like button, folks. Also, share this stream out to any of your social media pages. Thank you so much.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Thank you.
My friends tell Okay, you want to do that?
We'll find this little
It needs more. So the administration went after education. Big mistake. Cutting $4.5 billion, nearly 7%, and getting $12. Firing 40% of the staff. Zeroing out all funding for teacher training, migrant students.
All right.
It has been suffering in detention for what is now 25 days. One thing about human beings is we know how to come together during times of disaster. This administration is a total disaster that is affecting the lives of people all across this country. Today, we are coming together in solidarity with the compassionate people, presenting various organizations fighting against authoritarianism. Together, we will survive this unnatural disaster in the White House. Together, we the people have the power. We will not stand idly by and watch our immigrant neighbors who comprise the backbone and fabric of our country get tricked, trapped, and kidnapped by this government. Free Dylan! Free Dylan! No kings! No kings! When I say power, y'all say to the people power.
We don't want to hear that. How's everyone doing? So I'll be in and out of the stream today. I will be getting on camera. It's just right now I'm in and out. I have some contractors here working. So eventually I will come on camera. How you doing, Dorian? Okay, roll call. Beverly, of course, is here. Darla Meow, how are you doing, dear? So right, Dorian, deport. So I'm just gonna, I told you yesterday, I think most of you were here for the stream last night, and I told you I'd just come on so we could just watch. And I may put, there are over 2,000, I think, protests going on across the country. So I may just, go to different cities. I mean, but it's the same stuff that we see playing out here. No kings, and then they're just same thing that we're used to, pretty much, right? These people need to take this energy and do something else. That's just my humble opinion. Okay, but that's what we're doing. We're just gonna, like I said, I'll be in and out of the stream. I'll try to keep up with everyone's comments. If it's a while before I answer your comment, like I said, I do have some contractors here working, so I may have to dip in and out. Chris, how you doing, love? Jackie's here. How you doing? Jackie said, I did not vote for more wars. Boom. I did not either. Isaiah, I'm doing great. Hope that you are. I didn't vote for this fake black woman to be president. Dorian, could you imagine? OMG. Thank God you didn't. So yeah. So like I said, I'm just going to let the stream play. So just kick back and relax. And as I'm in and out, I'll be checking in. How are you doing, Florida? I'll be checking in with you to make sure, like I said, that if I miss some comments or statements, I will try to get caught up on that and if you will, share this stream out on your various forms of social media. So let's see what they're saying.
Look at how many of us are in alignment today, out in the rain, standing up for what's right. And not just city. These demonstrations are happening all over the country right now. We are all out here demonstrating on No Kings Day together at the same time, all across this country, claiming what it really means to be an American. That the power that the power belongs to us.
Oh yeah. Can you guys pick this up? Did you hear her? Okay. Okay. Is it clipping because it's too loud or? Okay. Okay, everyone. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the people that came out today. Really appreciate you. And I appreciate the press for being here. It means you care. I need my glasses. I'm not a young man anymore. We all have busy lives, and it's hard to make ends meet, and it feels a little desperate here in the United States today. Whether you're just starting your life like so many young people, or holding on for dear life, as so many older folks are doing here now. I think that's the way a lot of people all over the USA are feeling right now. We're holding on for dear life. That's the way the immigrant families who are being torn apart are feeling. That's the way the businesses who rely on those immigrant families for a workforce or for customers are feeling. And that's the way the blue-collar folks all over the country are feeling. That's the way the moms who are doing the grocery shopping are feeling. And that's the way the families who love people who are sick and ill or dying of cancer or in the hospital, worried that their insurance is going to be canceled, are feeling. I know that's how I feel. When I look at my phone or the news of the world around me, we're holding on for dear life and what's dear to us about being alive. What's dear to me is the feeling of calm and peace and safety. What's dear to me is my health and my family and my friends and my work and my neighbors and my community and all the different beautiful people of this country. That's what's dear to me. That's what's dear to us. You might have forgotten that. And what's dear to me is this democracy. And this feeling of togetherness and unity and brotherly and sisterly love and respect and care for one another that this movement is engendering in all of us today. I'm here because no matter how messy the founding fathers of this nation, how messy the founding fathers of this nation may have been, when we got one thing right. We wanted a nation for the people, by the people, that made each man, woman, and child equal, no matter what race or religion or anything else used to divide us as people. And that we would rule by the belief and trust in one another. That we didn't want to be ruled by a king or a monarch or a dictator or a supreme leader or some crappy-ass CEO. That sucked. We hated that. That's why we came to America. We literally started a whole new country based on the simple idea of no kings. And it's that idea that brought most of us here, unless you're an American native or a Mexican, to this country. We built this country strictly on the no kings rule my country, my body, or my bank policy. That and the simple notion that you can't be arrested and tossed into a dungeon or a detention center or a concentration camp or some damn basement without a fair trial. We don't fuck with that. Sadly, today, Donald Trump and the administration of billionaires, crackpots, and ice brigades have taken over. We have a king and his court and his beige henchmen, and they're trampling on our rights and our laws and our freedoms, making themselves richer with taxpayer dollars and making us less safe with their love of other kings and dictators and the likes of Putin and Netanyahu and Kim Jong-un of the world. Are gathering here by the hundreds of thousands in locations of thousands around the USA and the world in the spirit of our founding fathers, and our brothers and sisters of the Boston Tea Party. We're patriots and we're lovers of democracy. And we're here to celebrate the land of the brave and the home of the free. And the one thing that King Trump and his masked henchmen are making clearer and clearer every day, every law they break, every single day, is that we are going to have to be brave if we want to be free. Being brave for what we hold dear, our freedoms, our democracy, and each other. It's on us, guys. We're literally...
All right, I'm giving you a break. Some of you are saying I cannot. So hold on, let me give you, I'm giving you a break. We all need a break. I have a few moments I can come on screen. Hold on here. Let me get this set up. All right. I think I'm doing this right. Okay, how you doing? Yes, so I told you I'll be in and out of the stream. Have some contractors here doing some work. So if they come knocking, I have to get off screen again and go see if they are done working. So hope everyone's having a wonderful Saturday. Chris said, we all just lost 5 IQ points. Not one thing he says makes sense. Boom. Chris, I can't afford to lose any IQ points. I need all that I have. So I hate that I just lost that. So how can I regain it? That's what you need to help me do, sir. Darnell, how you doing, love? And again, I know some of you, you're like, this is crazy. I just watch because it gives me a laugh. And hey, a laugh is always good. And thank God the Curry Queen did not win. Woo! We need to thank God every day for that, folks. And I'm very serious. So, I don't know why they, this king crap is crazy. He told us what he was going to do. He did. Florida, because of you, Florida. Woo, boom. Florida, you're being awfully naughty today. I will have to put you in the corner like I normally have to do jobs. So Florida didn't lose any IQ points or brain cells because she muted it. So, but yeah, Chris said, Florida, these people are starting to rub off on you. I got to keep you away from that Chubbs. Oh my God. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and I'm with Florida, Chris, Trish. How you doing, Trish? Darnell. I am enjoying what is going on and I am not complaining. The only thing I'm telling people to do is, as ICE is going to, particularly these work facilities, Americans who are out here who need jobs, they're rounding people up and they're getting ready to deport them. You need to go and start applying for these jobs. The jobs that Americans used to have before these, and I wish we could hold these organizations, these businesses accountable because they don't want to pay a correct wage. And so they get rid of Americans. I was watching a video earlier. They get rid of Americans and they get illegals. How you doing, Shadow Seeker? And so I wish that Trump would do something to all of these businesses that do that, because that is not right. And so this is the biggest crock. Yeah, Dorian, it is a crock. Chris, if it was Biden, they'd be throwing a party. Boom. Or Chris, the Curry Queen, right? Get out of here. This is what we all wanted. I am not complaining. I am so glad that the Curry Queen is not in office. Monique, hope you're doing all right. Silver Sergeant, thank you for your service, sir. Okay. How you doing, Caesar? How you doing, dear? Shadow Seeker, I've been watching the Army birthday. Yeah, we're gonna watch that too. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly. I told you, and I'll just be sharing videos. And again, I'm not going to subject you to listening to all of that propaganda, but I did want to play some of it. So here we go. Okay. All right. Okay. Hit that like button for me, please, folks. Florida, you're going to be with me at the corner, right? Florida, you're both going to be in the corner. If you don't behave. Woo! All right. So yeah, we'll check out what's going on with the Army, and I can't wait. I know that's going to be exciting. And listen to these people. Oh, we're patriots. No, you're not. Everything you do subverts what America's trying to do. So I don't know what they're talking about, and it's just proper. Everything coming out of their mouth is lies. All right, so watch live stream. All right, okay. Now I don't know. Let me see if I watch the live stream. All right, if you would like for me to go to the live stream, and let me see if I can find a channel that where I won't be copyright. Okay, all right, Florida, let me find it, dear. So I don't have to put you in the corner. Maybe Florida will behave if I stop the. Okay, let me find it. You don't want to listen to these losers, so give me a moment to set it up. All right. And I hope everyone's having a wonderful Saturday. I know, Monique, in Minnesota. Yes. I think there were a Democrat and his wife were killed. Who would live in a lawless blue city? No way. Chris, cheap labor, cheap products, all CEO profit margins rising. Boom. Okay. So let me add this and then we'll get away from the leftist. All right. You know, the legacy media, you know what they're showing. Experience the Army. Okay, yeah, we're going to watch this now. But I did want to share a little bit of what these nutsies are talking about. All right, I have it. Okay. Let me stop. So Florida will behave. All right. Hit the like button, folks. Let me find it. Greatest. Okay, yeah, here it is. I found it. Okay, let's see what they're talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please give another round of applause and a thank you to Command Sergeant Major Williams and his fellow Medal of Honor recipients. Yeah, well, I can show you all about it. Hello, U.S. Army. The U.S. Army 250 years. Everybody who served in the Army is there. Welcome. We are happy to be sponsoring the entertainment. Scotty Hastings and Noah Hicks today.
It's kind of hard to hear what he's saying, but yeah. So these are the true patriots. And for those of you who have served, thank you for your service. If you have relatives that have served, we'd like to thank them as well. Okay. And I'm thanking my dad. He was in the Army as well. All right. Tina, you're fine, love, because I know you were here last night and I didn't give you an exact time because I wasn't sure. Of course, I had to go cut the grass, and I have a contractor here. They're doing some putting up a fence. So I wasn't sure what time I was going to go on. So you're fine. Tina, I played all I did. Only thing that you really missed, I played some of the video, the live video from all these morons at the No Kings protest, and Florida and everyone else was about to throw up their lunch. So I had to change it. But I still wanted to, I told Florida and who was Jacqueline, I just have to look at it sometimes when I need a laugh. I'm just like, these people, what is really wrong with these people? But whatever. Hey, we're all here together, and so life is good. That's how I look at it. Florida's still laughing. Woo! Oh my God. So let's see if we can hear anything on here. Let's see. And I think the parade is scheduled for, last time I checked, I think it says 6 p.m. You're good, Florida. I'm trying to make sure you don't get into trouble. You're fine. You are absolutely fine. Okay. Yeah, so these No Kings people, oh my God, what's wrong with it? Tina, it's okay, Miss Rowland. I've got ice here in my town this morning, and it's a beautiful sight. Boom. Perfect. Perfect. Sounds good to me, love. Hit that like button as you enter the chat room, folks. And Roland, yes, Monique. I do. I have a self-propelled mower. So I get out before it gets too unbearable. And I sure do. Hit the like button if you're here and you're enjoying this content. How about hitting that subscribe button for me as well? All right. Let's see what she's saying here.
On the National Mall, I've got my partner in crime here. Come on in.
How's it going, guys? We're back.
It's hot, but we're good.
It's hot. Yeah, hey, we're sweating. That's fine. It's a beautiful day here to celebrate the Army's 250th birthday. As you hear, it's live entertainment, live music, plenty of booths for everyone to see. So if you're still in the area, make your way on down.
There's so many incredible aspects of this celebration. Right before the band took the stage, we heard from Command Sergeant Major Matt Williams, who is a Medal of Honor recipient, received that honor, the highest of honors after the Battle of Shock Valley, a Green Beret. If you don't know his story, it's something to look up. But that's what's out here right now. Legacy. There is so much legacy, so much history, so many giants that walked before us.
Yeah, and just as we see that on display here during the festival, we'll see it tonight at the parade. So the legacy of service and what the American Army has done for its people for over 250 years. It's a great opportunity to humanize the uniform. See that beyond this uniform, there is someone just like you and your neighbor here serving.
That is so important to talk about. Also, 6,600 soldiers will be marching in tonight's parade. A lot of preparation went into this. soldiers coming from across the country to prepare for this parade. And there's going to be different eras. All the different eras that the U.S. military has been involved in will be represented in tonight's parade.
Yeah, so in the comments, if you guys can, let us know when you served. If you are a veteran who has served this great nation, the United States Army, let us know what era that was, what campaign, what uniform did you first wear when you joined?
Because out there on the parade, you're going to see all those uniforms. It's really been incredible to see some of the practices going on. I mean, when you came into the Army, what uniform were you wearing?
So I call them the Digis. They're the UCP camouflage.
And you miss those?
I missed the Velcro. I tell you what, I had deep aspirations. I always carried the rank I wanted to be underneath the collar.
Oh, did you really?
And now we can't do that. But what I do is I keep it in my pocket. Not this uniform, but typically you'll find me with a rank that far outranks where I'm currently at. Just ready for that battlefield promotion. I'm ready for it.
Do you want to reveal that, or is that something you want to keep private?
It's a full board colonel.
Okay, absolutely. Future sir, I love that.
And for those that have forgotten, so the school here, the high school that I teach at, I'm reminding you. So the military is big. I told you most of my students are military connected because I live right here at Fort Bragg and Pope Air Force Base. So again, heavy military presence. As a matter of fact, my property is adjoined. The Army owns the property to the right side of my property. Monique, you pay someone twice a month for lawn care. Monique, I just do it. It's just some exercise, get some steps in. America needs to sell. Yes, Tina. Again, most of my high school students, their parents are either in the Army or in the Air Force. So I'm right here in the thick of things. So, yeah, the military is big, very important here where I live. And so it's a big part of our lives. And so, hey, but again, all they're doing now really is just prepping because the parade is not until 6:00 p.m. So, there's that. Okay. But hit the like button, folks. I said I'd let the stream run for a few hours. I was just going to let the stream run showing the nutsies because different things are going on, of course, in different states. Let me see. The No Kings marches, of course. So let me see what's going on. Because they're all over. They're over. Those of you just coming in and don't know, they're over 2,000 marches. So again, take that energy and make your communities better or something like that. Because you're not going to win that argument. The American people do not agree. Agent Orange, how you doing? United States Marine Corps. Wow. Yes. MCAS New River, Jacksonville, North Carolina here. Spent 3 years there between 81 and 84. Thank you for your service, sir. Boom. I've been to Jacksonville. I've been to the Marine base there. So very nice facility. Yes. Thank all. If you're here, you haven't said anything and I can't see your name and you have served. Thank you for your service. If you have spouses, children that have served, a lot of our students now, I will say, we have a lot of students to go into the military. And if, anytime, especially when I have young males and they're not sure, what they want to do. Hey, Army, simplify. Yeah, Monique. So, you hear a lot of negative talk. Oh, the Army does this and that. I tell my young men and young ladies, oh yeah, Agent, you're very welcome. You can set your whole life, travel the world, free college, right? They teach you when you're in the Army, medical care for the rest of your life. You set your own, you set your life. So I'm always encouraging students to go into the military, especially those who aren't interested in going to a four-year university or a community college, you know? So that's what I do. I'm always trying to get students on their correct career pathway. And those that want to go to college, this is what I tell them. Those of you who want to go to college, but your parents didn't have money to save for you to attend college, I tell them, do not go into debt. Okay. I tell them, right, agent, a VA loan for a house is the best yes, agent. All right. I tell them about that too. Yes, sir. I tell them you set your entire life. So I tell them, don't go into debt. Join the Army. Take your classes there. Learn a trade, a career that you have an interest in. Have a wonderful life. And then you're not around here like these other people, these victims of white supremacy and racism. Told you, I'm a straight shooter. I tell them, I don't want to hear that. Okay, Darla. Thanks for letting us know, dear. Monique, yes, higher because Trump is setting things straight. I mean, come on. When Biden was over everything, he's not very encouraging. Come on. See what he's saying here. All right, he's not. Like I said, all they're doing really, they're just setting everything up for tonight. Not a lot being said here. Yeah, they're just playing music, so I have to mute it so that I'm not copyrighted. Chris, thanks to all veterans and active duty men and women. Yes, Chris. That's what I've been saying. All right, so there's the Army's stream stopped, so I don't know what's going on with them. All right. All right. They may be having some issues. So it's them, it's not me. It's still live, but it's just not playing. All right. Oh, hit that like button for me, folks. All right. Okay, I'm going to be forced to go back to something else. Okay. Let's see what's happening in Orlando. What about New York? Let's go to New York and then we'll check out Orlando. So I just want to see what's going on in the different cities. I just got an alert on my phone. Officials tell the AP they're searching for a 57-year-old man in the shooting of 2 Minnesota lawmakers. Okay. So they know who it is.
Oh, what do we got? Another effigy.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness. This is I would say I'm still going to say a lot, but are we turning again, or is just that truck turning?
So this is what's going on in New York. How you doing, Baldwin? Hit the like button, dear.
What do we got going on here?
All right. They don't have a lot going on in New York. I want to see what's going on in Florida. And I've been checking. I haven't heard of anyone doing anything crazy. If you were not here for the video last night, that sheriff is not playing. He said, "We will kill you." I'll drop that link if there's, because I think I have some people who were not here. Commies on parade. Boom. Commies and Marxists, you know it. All right, so let's go see what's going on in Florida. So I bet they don't do anything crazy because they were warned. All right. That's LA. All right. Orlando.
It's not it's just, I mean, we live in a time where you do hear about politically motivated violence. We just do. And we just, have had so many people come on today who wanted to come on to say we cannot normalize this.
No,
we cannot normalize this. And so we have to keep talking about it for what it is, which is just, it's evil. And it's not something that we can allow to happen in this society.
The protests generally are peaceful. We know that. And it's always just a handful.
Did you hear what she just said? These protests are generally peaceful. Are these people crazy? I think they are. So something is definitely not right.
When you're talking about violence, and for someone to plan something like this and then carry it out, I just keep thinking how much worse it even could have been had police not been there at the right time to chase him off, and then find this manifesto inside his car with a list of lawmakers. We haven't gotten who was actually on that list or how many were on that list, but a list of lawmakers that were possible targets for this guy. And we don't know what's motivating him at this point either. There's these, No Kings flyers that were in his car. Does that mean he's on board with No Kings? He doesn't like No Kings? We don't know. We just don't know a motive at this point, and we are waiting. I know that they are still obviously very, very actively searching for the suspect, who has not been brought into custody. I believe that they spoke to a couple of people, or at least one person who knows the suspect. I think they know who they're looking for. They know who this is.
They do.
But they don't have him yet.
And just a quick update while you were talking, Ryan, in the booth, just let me know that we're close. We're getting close to possibly some information here that we might be able to share about a suspect. So hang with us here. As soon as we know anything official, we will let you know. But this is too important to just kind of go on any sort of
Right.
You're watching the live coverage there of KMSP, and that's Fox 9 in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Their coverage of the shooting of two state lawmakers there in attacks that investigators believe are politically motivated. So we're going to take a break here on Fox 35 News Plus, but we'll be right back after that.
So we'll go to another city. So they were covering the No Kings Day, and then they got a little update on the shooting in Minnesota. Where are we? No Kings protest turned deadly. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, let me see what city we can go to now. Okay. Here's Chicago. See what's going on in Chicago. How you doing, Patty? Patty has some info here for us. Hit that like button for me, please, Patty. Thank you, dear. Patty says she voted against Minnesota's state health coverage for illegals. Thank you, Patty. Patty has some info. Monique, they do get paid. Some of the people who said they turned it down or who didn't accept the offer, now they're on TikTok saying that they were offering them $200 to protest and to destroy property and just act like imbeciles. They're on a break at the No Kings rally in Chicago. They're not really talking.
To LaSalle.
Okay, here.
As this crowd again spills blocks down in any direction from Daley Plaza. To the left of your screen, even.
So she voted against. Everyone see that? If that's true, what Patty is saying is true. State health for people who are not citizens. She said no, and she was on a live. That's what Patty said. Now I haven't checked it out because it still is a developing story, and so so let's see what they're saying here about the rally in Chicago.
Some 1,800 of these underway in cities all across the U.S. intended to counter President Trump's policies and the military parade the president has scheduled for
Agent Orange.
Our Dave Savini headed out into the crowd just a short time ago, and here's some of what he saw at Dearborn in Washington.
I'm standing outside of the CBS Broadcast Center right now. This is where police are staging to the east of the demonstration in Daley Plaza. You can see the police bike patrols are here. They, they're always here at these demonstrations, these rallies. This is just one little segment of them. They use those bikes as moving fences when they need to, as barricades with wheels. Behind me is a massive crowd. Like I said, we are at the fringe of that crowd. It goes all the way west here on Washington, past City Hall, past Daley Plaza. It goes to the north, to Lake Street, and it goes to the south, to Monroe. Now, people have been gathering here all morning. We saw this crowd double in size in a matter of minutes, and now it's even grown bigger. Let's take a walk through the crowd. We're going to head through, get up closer to what's happening here. As I said, we're going to be out here all day covering the developments and covering the protest. It's been peaceful so far. Everybody has been
peaceful for now. Agent Orange said, wait until tonight. Thank you. Agent Orange said FBI is actively looking for the Minneapolis murderer instead of investigating moms at a school board meeting. Boom.
The crowd, Sam. Photographers behind me. Hey, come on, Sam. So this is kind of what you'd be going through if you were out here right now. That's how packed it is. Just trying to get up here towards the front with our cameras. Coming through, guys. Doing a report here. All right, so as you can see, people are standing on whatever they can stand on to get a glimpse of what's happening. It is so crowded. Hi, how are you? I mean, this crowd is massive. Excuse me. Tens of thousands.
A lot of people got paid today. $200.
Here we are. It's a little hard navigating through all this. You can see all the signs. We're not going to go close up on a lot of.
All money is not good money.
Still trying to move towards the center of the crowd here. Lots of people. Never seen it this crowded here before. And we've seen lots of demonstrations. This crowd is supposed to get up and get mobile in a little bit after 2 o'clock when this ends.
Tina, say it again for the people in the back, please. Tina said, these protesters are not going to change a thing. Boom. These people are still being deported. They're wasting precious time that they can never, ever recapture.
Yeah, okay. we live here.
Okay,
yep.
So just wondering how far you traveled. And
oh, yeah, yep.
What time did you get here? You just getting here now?
About 30 minutes ago. Yep.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, great, how are you?
Coming through. Got it, Sam. All right, we're still working our way towards the center of events. We got a bunch of kids here. How you doing, guys? Where'd you guys come from today?
Minnesota.
Oh, you came all the way down from Minnesota. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. They're killing our senators.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we're following that story as well. Let's keep moving if we can. This is a bottleneck here as we try to get to the intersection of Dearborn and Washington. And as you know, the entire plaza, Daley Plaza, around the Picasso is just a sea of people. Working our way through, hoping to get a better glimpse for you. Where are you guys from? Where'd you guys come from to be here today? Your local people? All right. All right, so as we try to make our way to the main stage, we will get there soon. We're just giving you an idea of how packed it is here, some of the energy around us, and people are coming from all over. As people come from different states to be here today, to be a part of this rally, and I'll be out here live the rest of the day. Sending it back to you.
What a waste of
Thank you
time.
very much. A couple of interesting points from Dave's report there. You get an idea first of just how crowded it is and how packed in there people are. It seems like once you get to a location, you're probably better off just staying there rather than trying to work your way through the crowd because, as Dave mentioned, it is thick. The other thing that you probably gathered from looking at Dave's report there too is the fact that there were a lot of kids, a lot of families. This, at this point, does seem to be almost more of a family-friendly event. I know taking the red line.
Yeah, it's all across America, Dorian. So we'll watch Chicago. We'll go to some other cities. Maybe if you remind me, if I don't forget, we'll go to Houston too. Chubbs, how you doing, dear? They are literally playing right into Trump's hand. I'm just saying he's not going to stop what he's doing. So I definitely could find something better to do with my Saturday afternoon. So and Light Bearer said, wasting time and vocals. Boom. Cyberview, how you doing? Everyone who's here, hit the like button. If you have social media pages, share this stream out. If you are not subscribed and you're enjoying this content, hey, today's a good day. Come on and subscribe. So again, I just, like to look at this and just laugh. What a waste.
Small and large, nationwide. Let's take a look at the situation in LA right now. This is where
they're going to LA now.
Touched off just a few weeks ago, and as we know, things did get lively down there with protesters lighting cars on fire and blocking interstates. This is, of course, what also touched off some of the reason for the protests today, which was the president sending in the National Guard and even Marines, some 4,000 National Guard troops. That decision held up and banned by a federal judge late this week, but then it was appealed to the Ninth Circuit and it was held at that point. So it is on hold right now, and we will learn more about that decision from the president on sending in the troops. Okay, I mentioned this is one of several events happening around Chicagoland. Perhaps the biggest, I guess, beyond this is a jam-packed Sox Park, which is where there is a mass and message from Chicago's own Pope Leo XIV happening at Wright Field. Not to mention the Cubs also playing this afternoon. That set for a first pitch in about 10 minutes from right now. You also have the Puerto Rican Festival in Humboldt Park, the Taste of Randolph. There's a lot going on, Dorothy Tucker. You joined me from Sox Park. How's it going there with this mass and message?
Well, Joe, we are getting ready for a very special day here. The doors open here about 12:30, about a half hour, 40 minutes ago. Now, if you take a look at the stands, people are just now
Light Bearer. Light Bearer says they were on the slow bus to nowhere. Boom. Woo, geez. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, Light Bearer is lighting them up. But you're right.
30,000 tickets, so they expect.
All right, so let me see. Houston, well, Dorian, there won't be much to see in these southern states, the red states. They have been warned. You bring that nonsense here, okay. Sucks to be you, because something bad's going to happen to you. All right. Agent Orange says, how did I miss Agent Orange's comment? White liberal virtue signalers who would not dare venture into the poor sections of Chicago and actually do anything for anybody. Boom. Agent Orange, please say that again for the people in the back. We've said this on this channel 1,000 times. They despise you. Why do you continue to vote for them? Right? Tina, yeah, I think I read that already. Yeah. So they are the elites. They're not going to come down and help the poor. They're responsible for keeping you poor so they can maintain their status. And thank God more and more people are waking up. I love it. Monique, they identified 57-year-old Vance Butler as the Minnesota shooter. Okay, thank you, Monique. All right, let me type his name in. I know his name is trending since they have a name. Oh boy. LT. Okay, I got it. Let me see if his name. Okay, yeah. Let's see how he looks here. All right, they don't have a picture, do they? They don't have a picture, but all right. Yeah, they don't have a picture of him, but I'm sure it's coming since this story is developing. Thanks, Monique. Chris, if I lived there, I would feed them some pizzas. Right, Chris? Yes. Forget the rich. I don't know why Agent Orange's messages are not coming up on my phone. They're coming up on my laptop, but they're not coming up on my phone. That is weird. Agent Orange, it's all political. They will never do a dang thing for their brothers and sisters. I may be a white boy, but I know who my people are. Oh, boom. Okay, boom. Agent Orange knows those libs. Okay, Agent Orange. Dropping truth bombs. I'll read it again for the slow people in the back. It's all political. Political theater, Agent Orange. You're right. They will never do a dang thing for their brothers and sisters. I may be a white boy, but I know who my people are. I'm a little shadow banned by. Okay, Agent. Yeah, because your statements don't come up on my phone, and that's how I keep up with the comments. That's why I have to have it open on my laptop. So I knew, I knew it was something with YT. So, wow, Agent Orange, boom, another truth bomb.
Is that everybody be on safety, and that these protests and these demonstrations.
See what these people are saying.
Within our Constitution, and people's ability to express themselves must be protected. But it's really everybody's responsibility, the city, the police department, and even those out demonstrating, to be mindful of protecting themselves and looking out for each other. So if people see something that they see out of order, or they see someone that is agitating or moving toward violence or destruction, they can sometimes help create a kind of a culture, an atmosphere where that's not acceptable. But it's very important that folks identify the things that they see as out of the ordinary and share that with the local police department. Chicago Police Department is very used to this. They had advance notice, so that a lot of preparation went into place. But as they start moving, and if they move in directions that are unanticipated, that can strain the ability for law enforcement to keep the crowd safe.
What goes into the planning for an event this size, Phil? Because you have officers on.
All right.
Have some officers.
Who cares? Let's go see what's going on somewhere else. Like I said, Dorian, there's not going to be a lot going on in the red states because they don't want that heat. They don't. There's Seattle. Let's see what's going on in Seattle. All right, hit the like button, folks. Oh my goodness. Let's see what they're talking about.
Used to walk there. Miss downtown.
Not a lot of action at the moment.
What's this guy doing? Gal. What's this gal doing?
Mm-hmm.
Noble people.
They should make like a big heart or something, like with the crowd. Have them like line up.
I don't know what they're doing. Okay. These people are wasting precious time. They'll never get back. But how you doing, Malik? Hit that like button, love. Chris, if we show love with all our heart, we can make a difference. I believe that. I've seen the power that the Lord can do in the culture. Chris, yes.
You know, we're pretty much just gonna go get fuel, come back. You know that, right?
All right, so nothing going
Yeah.
on. People are
Yeah.
just walking there.
I still got some lemon loaf in the car.
Monique, funded by Walmart and the cartel, since you said is down. Monique, yeah, Walmart may be in some hot water. Here they go, right, Dorian? You're right. All right, let's see. Let's go somewhere else. They're not doing much of anything here. Let me see. All right, Orlando. All right, they're talking about what happened in Minnesota. Okay, that's New York. God help them. All right, let's see where else. Los Angeles. San Diego. All right, here's Houston. Let's see if anyone's committing any crimes. I doubt it. They know better. Saw an American flag upside down. Yeah, they do that to be disrespectful. That's what they do.
We must continue the fight, but hear me now. We have an opportunity in Fort Bend County. We're 50% red, 50% blue, the most diverse county in the United States. But if we can find a way to come together as a community, to make our community the best that it can be and put away all the differences, because I guarantee you that our similarities far outweigh our differences. If we can do that here in Fort Bend County, my home, the home of my parents, the home of my grandparents, the home of my children, don't we become the blueprint for the rest of the United States of America? Stand up. I stand with you today. I'm happy to be here. Continue this. Don't stop. We have elections coming up in 2026. Everybody has to get to work and get out the vote. I love you guys. Thank you. No kings. No kings.
Try not to throw up your lunch.
Are you hydrating? We have water on either side of the stage, and we have people with carts that have water bottles. Please take care of yourselves. All right, thank you all so much for being here. This is great. We are getting towards the end of our lineup, and we have a few more things to do. We've got several more speakers, and we appreciate you being here so much. I want to remind you all that you should call your lawmakers every week. There's an app called 5 Calls. How many of you are familiar with it? Woo! Use that. It makes it really simple to call them and let you know what you're thinking. If you don't know what to say, it has a script for you. And if you know what to say, then say it. But you have to make that phone call. You may think they're not listening to us, but they are. They may try to ignore us, but they can't. They can't. All right, and now, you ready for another chant? Oh, wait a minute. That was not good, guys. What? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, come on. They can't hear you over activist, current board member of the Fort Bend Voters League, member of the League of United Latin American Citizens, and a former union organizer for the Fort Bend American Federation of Teachers. And thank you, Anthony, for all your help with the videography and for these speakers. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't have any sound today. So thank you, thank you. Please help me welcome Anthony.
Fort Bend County, I want to do a chant too. Here's my chant. Fear is not a policy. 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 Woo! Give yourself a hand. Yeah! All right. It seems like every day in America has become Taco Tuesday. Am I right? Every day has become Taco Tuesday. I don't know what's going on one day to the next, and
All right, I'll give you a break. Oh my God. Hit the like button for me, folks. So, if you remember what that the first man said when he was talking, do you remember? Because we've said that here on the channel. So the reason why it's about 50-50? Yeah, yes, Monique. Boom. Red versus blue. Well, a lot of people left California and moved to Texas, and they brought their same voting habits. So you destroyed California. So now you come here and you're still voting blue. I don't get it. Florida said you go into the corner for a very good reason. Yeah, well, I'll have to send them. Florida, we definitely couldn't let him up there. No way. So that's what's going on, people. We said that. Why? You see, you left California because it became unbearable. You couldn't afford to live there anymore. Voting blue destroyed California. So then you moved to Texas and you're still voting blue. And the same thing really is happening here in North Carolina. Light Bear, I'm in North Carolina, dear, here at Fort Bragg and Pope Air Force Base. So if you look at the large metropolitan cities, even here in the South, it's the same thing. You have a lot of people who move. Okay, good, Light Bearer. Tell me what city. You have a lot of people who move here from New York and, up north. So if you go to Raleigh, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, again, the large cities, they're pretty much blue. Durham, blue. Okay. That's fine, Florida. You're fine, dear. See what he's saying.
to come to that shining city on the hill. Do you all remember that? That was a Republican thing. Sorry, I said it again. The shining city on the hill, to come here to make better lives, to contribute to this society here. This great community that we have.
That's right.
Right? And what they do is they try to divide us. They pick out a community. They pick out immigrants. They pick out the LGBTQ community, right? But pretty soon, they'll pick you out too.
That's right.
They'll pick you out too.
For those that don't know, that's what they're doing. And I've had some people even leave comments under my video. How can you as a Black woman support what he's doing? And what are you going to say when he starts deporting Black people too? I'm like, dude, thank you for stopping by the chat. I don't even respond. Because now the fear mongering from Roly Poly and some of these other gatekeeping Black puppets, they're telling people that Trump is, when he's done with all these illegals, that Black people are next to be deported. So they are just totally deranged. Light Bearer in Texas, I'm still close. I'm in Virginia, Hampton. Okay. Tina, yes, that's what they're doing. Fear, lies, and fear mongering. Connie, how you doing, dear? Connie, today, if you check, I responded to some of your comments that I missed from like 6 months ago or something like that, or a year. I don't know, 10 months, whatever. But I try to respond to all comments except for a video that has like 1,000 or something like that. So you'll see that I did respond, dear. But yeah, Tina, that's what they're doing, love. Let's see what he's saying.
Followed. Well, I really appreciate all you good people out here. And I want you, please, we can make a difference. And the way we can make a difference and stand together is by voting. We can vote. And the last few weeks, we've seen that we people in elections that make the biggest difference, local elections, that we can impact our community. The school board election, we got people on that have common sense, that look like our community. They look like our community. The city council, somebody who cares about the.
Did you hear that? Someone said, yes, we can. You know who that came from? Barack Hussein Obama.
More people did not vote in this last presidential election than voted.
That's right.
And why? They need to have a reason. We need.
And it's going to be the same again. Democrats are not going to win anything. No one supports your horrendous policies but you.
Yep. Go see the Moms Against Violence over there. Go see them and go register to vote if you're not registered. Or go make sure you put in a new registration that has all your accurate information on it so that you won't have any problems when these laws they're making in Austin to keep you from voting happen. All right, give yourselves a big applause. I appreciate you. Good man.
All right, we need another break. Light bearer. I can't see what they don't understand about how illegal aliens affect Americans. Legal immigrants don't affect Americans because they choose to be Americans. Okay, boom. You're right. So, Connie, you did see them. Perfect, love. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, this is just, again, I'm watching this so we can get a laugh.
Man who served between 1990 and 1994. He's a small business owner and has been involved with local and grassroots organizing since 1997 when he volunteered with the Progressive Voters in Action. He believes it is possible to out-organize a bigger and better funded opposition and lives by the motto, nothing beats hustle. Please help me welcome Jason.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good afternoon. I don't know about you, but I am sick and tired of seeing my tax dollars get spent throwing a vanity parade for this president.
I don't recall this loser saying anything about the billions of dollars that was spent on illegals. Maybe I missed that newscast. Someone type it in the comment section if you've seen this low T male say anything about the billions of tax dollars, American tax dollars that were spent on illegals. I'll wait.
Which makes vets like me choose any other system besides the VA. We need something, and we need him to not be doing that. Sorry. I remember back on June 26, 1990, I raised my hand. And I took a note that says that I will protect and defend this Constitution of the United States of America from all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Yes, sir!
My oath was never to one man. My oath was not to a king. I shall not bow to a pretender, nor shall I bend the knee of tyranny. I never once thought that the enemy, the domestic enemy, was going to be anything more than overheated, hyperbolic political rhetoric about our differences. But here we are today. Today is the U.S. Army's 250th birthday. While it should be celebrated, and it should be a day for the soldiers to celebrate, instead they are being asked to participate in a vanity parade for the Imperial President's birthday. Today's parade in D.C. isn't about celebrating the United States Army. It's about feeding the ego of one Donald J. Trump. Since he took office, he has demanded loyalty, not to the Constitution or the institutions of government or the military, but to himself. Only kings and only authoritarians demand personal loyalty. He has worked to circumvent the legislative branch of government by issuing more than 162 executive orders, choosing to govern through fiat. Only tyrants do that, and he is a tyrant. His constant attacks and threats against the judicial system, anytime a judge rules against him, is the hallmark of tyranny. In this country, we have the right to dissent with judicial decisions. In this country, we do not attack the judge by insinuating or stating that every judge ruling against you is an activist or
What a loser.
In this country, we have a right to protest against our government without fear of having the military deployed against us, against our fellow citizens, which only serves to make a tense situation more volatile. The vitriol's only purpose is to divide us further. Right now, across this country, despite the best or worst efforts, his best or worst efforts, there are hundreds of protests just like this taking place. Right now in D.C., there are veterans who are still take their oath seriously as they are standing in protest and defiance of the imperial president and his parade. 250 years ago, we broke the shackles of one king. We shall not place the shackles of a new king on. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. This is still a country governed by the people and for the people. We have the power if we are willing to use it. Call your state representatives, call your senators, call your local authorities, all your local representatives, state level, city level, county level. Let them know that only Congress has the power of the purse, that Congress has legislative authority. Tell them, regardless of their party or your party affiliation, tell them.
Do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Or we will fire you.
Exactly.
Sing it, girl.
Attend the protests, marches, and rallies aimed at sending those messages. Only by showing up can we stop the slow crawl authoritarianism that is the regime of Donald J. Trump. I'm a believer in and witness to out-organizing the opposition. I know from firsthand experience that it is possible to out-organize an established opposition that is bigger and better funded. Currently, there is none more well-funded or connected than the wannabe king I know, than this wannabe king. I know that nothing beats hustle, that together we can stop the man who would be king. In solidarity, Six Separatus.
Okay, Agent Orange said it again. He's not in the poor neighborhoods doing a dang thing for those people. Thank you, Agent Orange. He's just as bad as Black Lives Matter. He's just as bad as these black gatekeepers and the black bully who are following the agenda of the Democratic Party. They're not doing anything for those people except asking for their votes, and then they don't do anything for them. So, Agent Orange, you're right. Chris, party of 1776, not 1984. Why you have to read from a phone? Because you can't say the truth from the heart. Boom. Boom. Two. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now they're gonna sing.
Hello again. How are you guys and gals and folks? As a Sugar Land resident, I'm so proud to see so many of my friends and neighbors here. Thank you guys so much for being here, for doing the right thing, standing on the right side of history. It's a big deal. I'm going to do a sing-along here. I'm going to try and feed you some of these words if you sing along if you know it.
Thank you, Monique. Kings are not elected. See, they don't know that. I don't think, again, when you don't have more than 2 brain cells, you wouldn't know that. Okay. So I think we know where she's coming from.
We shall
Okay, so too many of you are suffering. Agent Orange, now you're making me expose my age. Agent Orange said, remember when they pulled people off the stage with a hook on the Gong Show? It's that time. Boom. Oh my God. Connie, I'm done with you. You're going to the corner. Overcome illegal crime. Boom. Chris, 3 chords, not that hard. LOL. Who wrote that song? Biden? William, no wonder Rich G. Havens has earplugs. Granny Go-Getter had to turn that noise down, made my ears hurt. Boom. Florida's hit my ears. We will be free from tyrants. Lightbearer said. Agent Orange. EGAD. Okay. Yeah. Woo! This comment section is fire as usual. I can't put everyone in the corner. I can't. It just, the only thing I can do, since all of you are misbehaving, is just share some fire emojis in the chat. I cannot, the corner is not that big, okay? Connie said, don't they know they're free already? Boom. No, Connie, according to them, they're in chains. English Garden, leftover hippies from the 60s. Oh my God. President Trump is chief and commander. He has the authority. We voted for him. Right, Tina? Oh my God. Chris said she sounds like a singing goat. Boom. Woo, Beverly. Beverly, you're doing this. Okay, Beverly sent some fire emojis. Woo, this chat is fire today. Florida. That's it with you, Florida. Florida, go to the corner. Florida said that thing needs to go back to the ocean. Florida, that did it. Okay, corner for you. That's it. That I can't. That's it for you, Florida. That's it. How you doing, William? William, hit the like button. Share this on your social media pages, please, sir. Thank you. Oh my God, man. William said, man-child is on the stage. Okay. This chat. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Florida, to the corner. All right, Connie, you're agreeing with Florida. I may have to send you to the corner too. That's comedy gold. Yes. Off topic. Soros is called to testify before Congress. Yeah, they need to do something with him. That old man, I don't know. Tina, these people act like we didn't have an election and American citizens did not vote for. Yeah, they're nuts. 30 years of practice. She's great. William. Oh, Connie and Florida. Connie, don't let Florida get you in trouble, dear. Oh my God.
Chris is committed to building power from the ground up and making sure it stays with the people. Help me welcome Chris. That is right. Howdy, folks. How are y'all doing today? Are y'all fired up? That is what I love to hear. It is great to see so many familiar faces in this crowd, but it is even better to see hundreds and hundreds of unfamiliar ones. So if this is your first time showing up, standing up, and speaking out, thank you for being here. Thank you, and do not let it be your last. If we haven't had the pleasure of meeting before, let me introduce myself. My name is Chris Pino. I am 25 years old, and I am a future elected official. I am the proud son of Fort Bend County. I have called this place my home since I was 8 years old. Closer to the mic, got it. I am the proud product of Fort Bend County's public schools. I got my starts as an organizer at age 15 at Seven Lakes High School, combating gun violence and getting my friends and classmates involved in the political process. Little did I know, that would bring me
me all the way to Washington, D.C., where I had a chance to study in the nation's capital and work in Congress. Little did I know that would also bring me back here to Fort Bend County in service to the community that raised me, working for our local elected officials, including Judge Christian Becerra, who is here today, and our fantastic County Commissioner, Dexter McCoy. And now I work for the largest nonprofit in the state of Texas, running a program that helps everyday people like you get involved in the political process. And in the last year alone, we have registered thousands of students to vote. And we have reached voters 350,000 times. But I'm not here to talk about myself, and I'm certainly not here to pitch myself as a candidate. I am here to remind everyone of the gravity of what we're here to talk about. It is not lost on me, the significance of this day. 250 years ago, our founding fathers were protesting much like us. The U.S., our great country, was founded on the pretense of protest. Tell me if this sounds familiar. A tyrant king imposing tariffs on the people, depriving them of representation and responding to protest with violence. Does that not sound familiar to y'all? This is not what we are doing here today.
William, you're going to wind up in the corner with Florida. William said he sells Tupperware and Avon on the weekdays. Boom. Woo.
We are keeping the American dream alive. Now, folks, listen. The naysayers are going to go on Fox and OANN and say that we're a bunch of un-American radicals. We will not let them take our patriotism away. Standing up and protesting when your government is not listening to you is just about the most American thing we can do. And if you disagree, your qualm's not with me. Your qualm's not with our amazing organizers who put this event together from nothing. Your qualm is with the founding fathers who put freedom of speech right at the top of the Bill of Rights, and they put it there for a reason. As I look out on this crowd, every single one of you is a red-blooded American, not for waving a flag in a military parade, but for fighting what that flag represents. Fighting for what that flag represents. Freedom, justice, and power to the people. Now, the unfortunate thing is that nothing that I say on this stage will change what is happening. Nothing that happens here in Sugar Land today will change what happens in Washington, D.C. tomorrow. It's unfortunate, but it's true. They're not listening. They're not listening, and we have to make them listen. We have to make them listen, and we all play a role in changing that future. We all play a role, and change starts from the bottom up. Change starts at the local level and brews its way up all the way to Washington, D.C., all the way to Austin. That is how we get the change that we desire. And I am here to remind everybody here that Trump is not the only wannabe king. We have many here in Fort Bend County. We have many wannabe kings here in Fort Bend County. We have no kings. No kings. And let me tell you, we have a couple of King Georges here in Fort Bend. Let me give you one example. I don't have nearly enough time to spill all the tea, but I will give an example. Our commissioner representing Sugar Land, our commissioner, Andy Myers, he calls himself the taxpayer's best friend. He calls himself the taxpayer's best friend, and then he goes to the commissioner's court and tries to ram through a gerrymandered maps that would deprive our communities of representation and that would cost the community, the hard-working taxpayers of Fort Bend County, millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. And I didn't even mention the kickback that he included in the legislation that would have gotten tens of thousands.
Okay, my contractors are done. I'm going to go off screen momentarily. Behave, please, until I get
my
hold on.
grandmother, my aunts, as far back as I can remember,
Let
have
me get
always
another
been
commercial.
nurses.
I'll be right back, folks.
Myself and a group of a couple dozen friends, many of whom are here in the audience today, showed up. We spoke out, and we put a coalition together of common sense taxpayers, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, left, right, center, everybody from across the political spectrum, and we said no. We showed up and said that that is not happening, and he had no choice but to pull the bill. So now we still have fair maps here in Fort Bend. Our fair maps live to see another day because we showed up and we spoke out. There is a value to organizing. You may not see it today, but you will tomorrow. But that also means we have to copy and place this playbook everywhere. Anytime that these kings think that they can get away with ripping accountability away from the hands of the people, we have to show up and speak out. We have to keep showing up. We have to get organized, and we also have to run for office. We have to run people of all experiences who look like the county, who share the experiences of living in Fort Bend County. We have to put them on the ballot from dog catcher to president. And that also means listening to young people. People know the Fort Bend County so that their kids get the highest quality public education that they can find anywhere. And it is about time that we start listening to young people. So I charge you with this. Do not let this be the last time that you show up and speak out. I charge every single person here with getting involved. And organizing is not a one-size-fits-all act. There are different kinds of organizing. You can do it from your couch. You can do it by texting your friends, by posting on social media, by making phone calls. You can do it by knocking on doors. You can do it by starting a club. You can do it by starting an indivisible chapter and setting up protests just like we're at here today. But folks, our hindsight is not 2020. Our hindsight is 2026. That is when we take the power back and we go to Austin and we go to Commissioner's Court and we go to Washington, D.C. and we say enough is enough and we're giving the power back to the people. But that only works if every single person here stays involved. And if there is one lesson you take away from this event, it is that you have to stay involved. Our country depends on it. Our country depends on it. Our county depends on it. And yes, our state depends on it too. Folks, we can take it back. We can win this thing, but we have to keep going. Thank you so much for taking the first step. Thank you so much for being here, and keep doing the good fight. Thank you, Chris. Woo! Isn't he great? I'll vote for you, Chris. You just gotta run. Okay. No kings, 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 no kings. All right, everybody. Did we have a peaceful protest today? And not one of us got paid, did we? No! We're not paid, we're just pissed. All right, I'm going to invite Terry Webster back up here. She's going to talk a little bit more about Indivisible No Surrender Coalition, and then we're going to wrap it up. Thank you for staying. Please don't leave until we're...
All right, I'm back. Did everyone behave? Tina, I can ask you. I can't trust the rest of these people, but I can ask you. I know you'll tell me the truth. All right. Let me try to catch up with these comments. I like this one. Chris, he has a degree in BS and a minor in stupidity. I love that. Oh my God. Florida's trying to send me to the corner with the students. Oh my God, the teacher and the students going, oh my God, what's this world coming to? Uh-oh, let's see what she's saying.
second, I want to thank our amazing.
Oh, she's thanking people. William said, run on stage and give him some lipstick. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh, we don't have to listen to this wannabe king. Start singing Maybelline. Chris, no. Red equals blood. Split blue, honor. White equals faith. He is disrespecting my fellow Americans. And yeah, that's what they do. They're wasting their time. American spoke, ding back, boom. He has a degree. I love that one. A degree in BS and a minor in stupidity. I have to use that. Tina, you know he does. Light bearer, no way the Dems are taking back. No. That though the No Kings protest in Minnesota, I just got an alert that said it was canceled because as they're looking for the suspect. So the Minnesota, that's what my alert just said. Okay. Where are we? Sweet. Oh, William, they call him Sweet and Low. Boom. Okay, Florida said everyone was behaving, so I just have to take her word for it. She's trying to vindicate herself here. Yeah, I just had to go. I had some fencing being added in the front, and they were finished, and they wanted me to see it before they left. Tina said King George III was a Democrat. All right. So these people, thank God they did not get their way. Woo! I couldn't even imagine if the Curry Queen had won. What is she saying now? Let me see.
Thank you.
I'm still thanking people. So, woo! Like I said, they're not going to do anything. How you doing, Julia? Julia said, you people are all crazy. How you doing, Julia? Hit that like button for me, please, dear. If you're enjoying this content, Julia, hit the subscribe button as well. All right. So they're done there in Houston because I'm guessing because she's thanking everyone. All right. So let's see. I think she's
But also at another rally for No King's Day is my colleague. So hands together for her in absentia, but she's here in spirit. And last but not least, our lead for events at press and media, Miss Jan Wiskowski.
All right. So I guess they're pretty wrapping it up there. So let me go. Hit like and subscribe. Yes, thank you so much. Let's go to Dallas, Fort Worth. See what's happening in the Big D. And they better not do anything to Big D because that's where my team is at. And I'll have to fly to Texas and handle someone. So they better not tear up Big D. All right, here we go.
In the park here, but no scheduled speakers. You know, there wasn't a podium, there wasn't a stage. There is, you know, some rhetoric on the signs that we have to be careful about, but, you know, the signs I think are really how people are raising their voices, making their voices heard. We can tell a lot of them are homemade, and even the drivers with their flags flying out of the windows. See another one with a sign. You know, I feel like that's how they're being involved and participating in the protests, you know, without standing on the sidewalks, but it's a way for them to show their support for, you know, what is going on here. And as we've been talking about, it's a day of defiance. No Kings protests are happening across the country, not just here in Fort Worth. We've seen David with the protesters as they're marching through the streets of downtown Dallas. And so again, that's similar to what we're seeing. And I just got an update. News is happening live as we talked about. This is a bit unfiltered than our normal newscast. So our team just let me know that Fort Worth Fire says they are treating someone right now We don't know if that is heat related. It is extremely hot out here. One person is being treated right now, but unknown if it is heat related. And that information comes to us from Fort Worth Fire. I will say we did see a MedStar ambulance drive past, and I was curious if it was heading somewhere else in Fort Worth.
Yeah, so they're walking across the street. They're not blocking traffic. So you see total different situation than LA, right? See the difference between red and blue? Boom. Connie said, protest peacefully. Yes. It's all about the midterm. Tina, yes. Tina, I'm going to have to ratchet up the pressure. I need you. I need Florida, William, Connie, everyone. We have got to get people out for the midterms. Okay, because we can't let them get a foothold back in there. Who thought of the name No Kings wasn't the smartest individual? Boom. William, someone said that. Kings aren't elected. So you're absolutely right. And to me, the whole thing was stupid, but what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a lady who's been teaching high school in the state of North Carolina for 27 years. I don't know much. But we got to start telling people to prepare for the midterms. Let's see what she's saying.
And maybe you didn't know that this was going on. It's very, very loud. I could see where it could be overwhelming for somebody if they didn't know that this was happening in their city today. But it seems like a lot of the drivers are making a point on purpose to come down here with the signs and people out of their windows, people out of their sunroofs. But yeah, Casey, that's what we're seeing so far. Again, the good news to report, things have remained peaceful.
All right, Fox 4's Amelia Jones.
Like we knew that it would. And again, for people wondering what the heck, a lot of people left California and moved to Texas. So they brought their voting habits with them to Texas. And so now, okay, because Texas for the longest was red, red, red. But that's how it goes. That's how it happens. I'm going to vote in the midterms, and I'm dragging as many people as I can. Yes, do it, Connie. Light bearer. I think the difference between red states and blue is pretty evident. If they want better, they will vote better. Light, hey, you're absolutely right. If you like living in a high crime, poverty stricken place, well, then you continue to vote blue. We can do a side-by-side comparison, comparing blue to red. All right. William, insult to MLK. That's my opinion, like stealing. Yeah, they insulted him when they made all the bust of George Floyd and put him on the same level as MLK. They did that. You ever notice the Democrats, when they put someone up for you to worship and honor, it's never anyone of integrity, right? Like that bust of the big black woman they put in the Times Square spot, because they said, well, there are white men here, we need someone black. And then they put that monstrosity there that's supposed to represent people. So it's never anything to make you look good. It's always something to make you look horrible as possible. And it's sad some people can't see that. Some people are like, oh yeah, that's me. I'm like, girl, what is wrong with you? And some people don't want to see, and that's sad. Let's see what she's saying.
I do want a peaceful protest. I understand some people's sentiment, but I feel like there's always going to be somebody who's going to take advantage, and because people are angry, those people are going to take advantage and cause havoc. But it seems like they're being pretty peaceful right now. Hopefully it stays that way. Yeah.
You never know, I guess, come nighttime.
I was here, or not here. I was at Margaret Hunt on Monday. I can tell you, it was not as bad as I think people made it seem. one person was arrested right away, and that was it.
Yeah, one person was arrested. I mean, we saw like some water bottles and rocks getting thrown at officers, and I think the street thing was more unexpected when people were going into the street. But thankfully, it was one person arrested, and I don't think anyone was injured from what we heard.
I think one person was caught up in the mess, but I don't think they took an ambulance or anything. I just remember seeing him. But I mean, for the most part, it's I've had to remind people Dallas police is not working with immigration. If you get pulled over for speeding, they're not going to check or they're not supposed to call like immigration. So I feel like people are forgetting, and they're. I just try to remind them.
They're forgetting that this is a federal issue and not a local issue.
Yeah, this is not local. This is not Dallas. If you have beef with Dallas, right now is not the time. Like, we have bigger things with the country in general.
I appreciate you taking time. I'll let you get back up there.
Okay.
Stop there. See you. Better be safe.
Been listening in on a live interview David Centendry has been doing with a woman who has showed up to Dallas City Hall.
Okay. How you doing, Robert? Hit the like button, dear. Yes. So, William, what were you saying? Supreme Court, homeless, help my neighborhood crime drop. I'm not, William, tell me the rest of the story, dear. I'm not sure what you're trying to tell me. Yeah. So look at this in Dallas. No one's looting, right? I don't see anyone setting cars on fire because they know. They already know what's going to happen if they try those shenanigans. Yep. All right. Let's see anything going on here.
Now on the right-hand side of your screen is from downtown Fort Worth, the event near Burnett Park. And that too is a pretty big demonstration, not as organized as the one in Dallas, but you can see thousands of people have turned out in downtown Fort Worth today. That's not far from the convention center and not terribly far or so, right down there from West 7th Street in the heart of the downtown area. People have been walking on the sidewalks there. You can see that they're holding signage. And they're just here to talk about the issues that are on their minds. And that includes immigration, and that includes a number of other issues under the President Trump White House. And fortunately today, no major reports of any casualties or any problems in any of the major cities where these events have been happening. Some
Robert, and you're right, the protests are a joke. And like I was telling Florida and a few other people who were watching earlier, they were like, oh my God, I can't listen to it. I'm like, I needed a laugh. So I needed a laugh. And so I was just enjoying it. Laughter is good for the soul. Tina said there are counter protests going up everywhere in Georgia. Yeah. I'll see if I can find some live coverage, Tina. I'll share that too. As we're listening to this, I'll see what I can find. No, they're not, Robert. We're ignoring them. You're right.
My microphone because I am about 20 yards away from my photographer. I'm catching up right now as I was talking to someone. But yeah, we are back into the center of Dallas City Hall. And this is, what looks like the end of the protest right now. This is where the march is wrapping back around, back to where it all began. We see Dallas police cars that are pulling back up to once again block this intersection here just in front of Dallas City Hall. Hello, sir. And we were just talking to one woman a minute ago, had a nice conversation I think you guys were able to dip into and just try to get her perspective. She was a veteran, and I was asking her, is it the fact that people are out here because they don't want anyone arrested / deported? Is it the due process? And she was really just stressing the due process from her point of view. That's why she's out here. She has, obviously seen the reports that we have reported on of certain people being arrested right after coming out of court, situations like that. Homeland Security has maintained that, about 75% of the people that they have arrested are people who either have a criminal conviction or have pending charges. We don't know to the extent of those charges, but we do know that the president has had a policy of, quote, worst first, and ICE, Department of Homeland Security, says it wants to maintain that policy. I can tell you here in Dallas, we don't have a whole lot of local data from what ICE Dallas is doing. So ICE Dallas is, they're obviously keeping track of how many people have been arrested, how many people they've arrested for what reasons, for what crimes or reasons, but they have not released that data to us. We have been asking specifically that Homeland Security data that they had on a federal level, talking about over 150,000 people arrested, was in the first 100 days. So that ended in April. Unsure what the numbers are since then, but that's what federal ICE has said, the headquarters, but we don't know what's happening here in Dallas. So a lot of our local complaints from people here in North Texas, we just don't have any good data to back that up with what's happening, because ICE has not provided that, even though we've been asking for.
Tina, I can't find anything in relation to that. Everything is only talking about the No Kings rallies. So I looked for it. I was going to show you some foot, but there's nothing. I can find nothing.
And certain field offices are a little more active than others, let's say. The Houston ICE field office has been extremely busy. They've been on a number of roundups and a number of operations with the FBI and other federal partners and local partners. We have been reaching out to the Dallas ICE office since President Trump took office, trying to go on ride-alongs to get some kind of information, and it's been a little bit more difficult playing ball with them. But David, as you also know, sometimes it's just a matter of certain organizations don't want too much attention, because then that calls into question advertising and giving the bad guys a heads up.
For sure. But to your point, our Fox station in Houston, Texas, KRIV, they have done ride-alongs with ICE officials in Houston. They have had a lot more access, it feels like, to just get a feel for what's happening, because at the end of the day, people want to know what these government organizations are doing. They just want the data. They want to know, and from there.
Tina says 65% of the American native tribes voted for Trump. I'm guessing about 85% of them is going to be voting for Republicans in midterms. They've had enough. Boom. Perfect. Robert, will they get over that? These illegals? Robert, no, they won't. No, they will not. They definitely will not. Hit that like button, folks. We're doing very well today. Share this stream out if you're enjoying it. Let me see. I may be able to find another protest for you. So some of them are wrapping up. I got to subscribe. Dallas Fort Worth. Let me see. Where's that? Okay, let's see where they are now here. So some protests are done, some are still going on. Let's see.
We cannot be a world that stays numb to this kind of suffering. Our collective.
All right, they're playing music, so I'm going to have to stop. I'll have to, I can only, hold on, play, obviously, video from places that aren't playing music. New York. Okay, so I guess New York, they're just still marching. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. You see some of these signs said no one is illegal on stolen land. And again, if you want to stay in this country so much, but you have your country's flag, you kind of sort of make yourself look like an oxymoron. So at least carry the American flag. Okay, come on now, do better. Robert, why don't these people protest on the homeless people in this country? They won't do that. Robert Butler, the illegals is the only way they're going to be able to stay in power. Right, Tina? We said that. They flooded this country with another demographic, hoping they could remain in power. That's exactly what this was about. And cheap labor. Where are we? Yes, Robert, they are pathetic. And again, they make themselves look bad when they're out there protesting and, saying F ICE and F America and all these things, but you don't want to go to your country. That makes no sense to me. All right. Now we'll have to see what happens at night. So we haven't heard of any looting going on today. So we just have to wait and see what happens. Hit that like button, folks. If you're enjoying this content and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button as well. So again, this is that's what they were trying to do. They thought they had a whole new demographic. ICE, baby. Yes, Monique. Robert, they wouldn't do that. That would help Americans. Steve, how you doing? The illegals flying the Mexican flag are part of Reconquista, aka Reconquer of Cali, New Mexico. Yeah, Steve, a lot of them are saying you can't be illegal. They're saying the U.S. stole that land. News flash, the United States paid. They bought that land. So what the heck? They don't know history. So they don't know what they're talking about. So probably just heard someone say it and then they made a flyer, a sign. Hit the like button, please. Yes, they do, Connie. And if you're flying the Mexico flag or any other country, well, go to the country whose flag you're flying. That makes sense to me. All these things they're doing here, they could never do at home because they would definitely come up missing. Yes, they would. So they just think they can just come here and just do whatever, right? And we're just supposed to say, okay. So I don't care how many times they say fascists and all these racists and all these other terms. You've got to go. Worry about these high prices on groceries and other, right, Robert? That's what I'm saying. So I'm hoping, some of these things that were sky high, when we have fewer people in the country, that it will improve. Because rents through the roof, food through the roof. When you have more people, that's more demand. That's going to drive prices up. Okay, so we'll see what happens. They're just marching. I haven't heard of anything nefarious happening yet. Steve says anyone flying a foreign flag should be deported ASAP after serving 5 years in prison. Boom. Steve, I'm with you. I'm with you. I am. Wonder how many of these people are paid. All right, so that's all that's going on there in New York. Oh, God. They got that from Al Sharptongue. No justice, no peace. Time to go somewhere else now because I don't want to hear that crap. Right. Let's see. That was New York. All right. Let's see what's going on in LA. Hit that like button, folks. A new poll shows that legal immigrants, yeah, Monique, I've been saying that. The ones who came here peacefully, they don't want them here either. So come on. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I've said that in several videos. This is LA. Greg, they don't have more than 2 brain cells. You're absolutely right. It takes a stupid person to fly the flag of the country they fled from. I've never understood that. So again, if you look at some of the things that they're doing, they're making Trump look right. Even people who didn't vote for Trump or who don't particularly care for him are like, wait a minute, this is not right. So, hey, Darla's back. We have a community garden. They only ask for a small donation or for help pulling weeds, etc. Okay, Darla. Robert says burning the American flag should get a public shaming. Greg, Governor Brown, Mayor Wheeler declined Trump's assist during the oh yeah, I remember that during the George Floyd riots. Yeah, he was offering to assist. And, oh no, we're fine. Mostly peaceful protests in Portland. They destroyed Portland. And it's still a cesspool, according to Greg. Boom. I remember that. He offered, and like just like New Scum and all these other people. Oh no, there's nothing. This is peaceful protest. You're right. How you doing, Steve? The Mar-a-Lago protest is on fire. Okay, I'll check that out. Steve, hit the like button, love. And if you are not subscribed, please do so. Thank you very much. Darla, I asked on Facebook exactly what this temper tantrum is going to accomplish. Darla, it will accomplish nada. Yeah, so let me go. Get rid of this. Hold on. All right, you've seen enough of that. Florida. How about let's see what we can find. How you doing, Chicago Hood? Oh, Steve is in West Coast, New Zealand. Okay, welcome. Okay, here's South. Let me see. Is this okay? Here's Florida. Okay. I think it's a Florida time. Okay, wait a minute. I want to see what's going on. We know nothing's going on in Florida because they've been warned. Okay. All right. So these are just saying Colorado. Okay. So all I have for Florida is a little short clip. Let me see if I can find something else. Okay. This is a clip. And then there's another. So yeah, I'm sure we won't see any looting or burning, arson, burglary, any of that. Let's see what they're saying. All right, hit the like button.
Watching Fox 35 News Plus, streaming on Fox Local. Well, good morning to you, and welcome into Fox 35 News Plus and our special coverage today of protests across America. It is June 14th. It is Flag Day. It is President Donald Trump's
birthday. There are a lot of events going on, not only in our nation's capital, with military demonstrations, a parade later today, fireworks show as well in our nation's capital, but also protests all across the country, not just here in Florida, but in about 1,500 cities across the country. I'm going to try to pull up a map that we have that shows you those locations, because they are widespread. They're in a lot of different places here in Central Florida. And we have team coverage today as we continue to track these protests and what happens in our area and also across the country. Let me show you a live look right now. This is in Daytona Beach, where Fox 35's Matt Trezza is this morning. We'll check in with him in just a little bit. But you can see quite the crowd there lining the streets, many of them holding signs and trying to get their word out. This is part of the No Kings Day of Defiance, is what they're calling it. It's a national organization that is kind of organizing these, but it's really grassroots led. In many of these communities, you see a sign there right in the middle, a black sign that says "No Kings." That is certainly the theme among many of these protests that we're going to see today, and what we are going to hear from many of these people. Again, this is a live look in Daytona Beach. But let me go ahead and pull up that map that I was talking about, showing these No Kings Day protests across America. So this is from the No Kings website, nokings.org. Every dot is a scheduled protest, and you see many of them across the country. Again, the latest kind of ballpark number we had was about 2,000 protests at about 1,500 different cities. I want to go down here to Florida and kind of zoom in a little bit, just so you can get an idea of what it looks like here. And you see, even just in our area, quite a few. Orlando, Castleberry, Lake Mary, looks like one in Mount Dora, Deltona, DeLand, Daytona Beach. We know New Smyrna Beach.
Okay, so today these protests are No Kings Day. James said tomorrow is No Queens Day. Oh God, James. Woo! Oh my God. Jeez. Okay. All right, let me let him finish.
Each in Brevard County, there's one in Cocoa, a number of these different protests. Again, we have team coverage today. Fox 35's Matt Trezza out in Volusia County covering the protests there. We have Fox 35's Esther Bauer in Brevard County covering those protests there. And then also a protest in downtown Orlando later today. That one's scheduled for 5 o'clock. Fox 35's Chris Lindsay going to be there, and we will check in with him later. But we have a full day of coverage for you planned here live on Fox Local and on YouTube. If you are watching with us on YouTube, go ahead and drop us a line in the chat and show us. Tell us where you're watching from. Let us know. Say hello, and we appreciate you joining us. Fox 35's Morgan Parrish going to join me in here in just a little bit as we continue our coverage. Fox 35's Marley Capper going to join me later this afternoon, as well as we have a full day of coverage with live guests as well, looking at safety and security angles. We'll speak to some law enforcement experts.
All right, I thought he had some. Okay, let's get to. I'm sick of him. I want to get to where they're actually showing people out here. All right.
And this is going to be going on. It began at 9:30, going on to 12:30. So several hours today. And again, this is courtesy WTTG, Fox 5, Washington, D.C., in our nation's capital.
I think if you were here from the beginning, I went on the U.S. Army website, and I played some of the, I played basically what he has there for you to look at. And then their stream crashed. And so then we went back to the No Kings Day. Waiting for the movie Man Queen starring Donna Lemon. I cannot. Steve, you're going to have to go to the corner soon. All right. So yeah, we watched that already. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I want to get to what's some stuff in Florida. Hold on.
We will ask Matt about that in just a little bit. Also, a word of warning here. These are live protests. These are live events. Once we kind of get into some of these, I do want to warn you that there is certainly the possibility of some language in what we might hear, but also in what we might see on some of those signs, some of the T-shirts as well. You just never know. So I just want to go ahead and put that warning out there. So viewer discretion is advised. You see that a warning on your screen as well. So this event just getting started in Daytona Beach. The all three Volusia County protests beginning at 10 a.m. running till noon. All of the three that we are monitoring, at least Daytona Beach, New Smyrna Beach, and DeLand. Again, this is the one in Daytona Beach. You see a lot of American flags. You see a man there draped in the American flag, one of the colonial ones that look like with the stars in a circle, and then also a balloon there poking fun at Donald Trump. So we're going to take a quick break here on Fox 35 News Plus and on.
Robert said nothing but weirdos at these No Kings protests. Okay, Robert. So nothing's going here. Okay, I have to get rid of this guy. All right. Okay. All right. So that's about yeah, as you can see, everything is peaceful. Nothing nefarious. I didn't mean to click on that.
Hey, it's
nothing nefarious has happened. I keep checking for alerts, but nothing is going wrong. Trump's military parade, news about. All right. Los Angeles, they're behaving themselves, I think, today. And where is this? This is No King. All right, let's go to CNBC. Hit that like button. I told you I'd be live for several hours, so I know some of you have been here and you're probably like, all right, that's enough. They're all vile humans with wicked hearts. Chicago. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see if anything's being said here.
Los Angeles!
Robert has a question. I'll try to answer it. Did these Minnesota reps lose their lives because they disagree with what's going on? So all we know, and we still don't know all the details, the woman voted against allowing illegals to receive, was it free health care? She voted against that. And so what we don't know, because they found his manifesto and there were several people he was going to unalive. So there, it's still ongoing. Okay. Hey.
Blue streets.
Tina forever, but until they get their way, and they're not going to get their way. How you doing? Sock'em rock'em robot. No kings, but will accept an Emperor Trump. Sock'em Rock'em. You must be a Generation Xer because I remember those commercials, those Sock'em Rock'em robot commercials. Oh my God, I am feeling my age. How you doing, Sock'em Rock'em? Woo! I remember those commercials. So you must be a Generation Xer like myself. Yeah, Tina, they'll continue doing this. Let me see. Okay, I got rid of that. I'm doing well, Sock'em. I hope you are too. Hit that like button, love. And if you are enjoying this content, hit that subscribe button. Make sure it is on all notifications. And every time I go live, jump on with us. We'll be glad to have you. All right. We've had 3 or 4 people to subscribe today. Sock'em Rock'em. If you have Facebook and other forms of social media, share the stream out, dear. Thank you. Oh, you're already subscribed. Thank you, dear. Okay. Robert, if that rep lost her life on not giving health benefits to illegals, the people should be really upset. Yeah. See if they're saying anything. Full rights for all immigrants. Stop deportations now. That's not going to happen. Deport, deport, deport. This is what the American people voted for, and I'm all for it. All right, Sock'em Rock'em. I guess you watch, but you don't normally say anything, but okay. Because I think this is the first time I've seen you, unless you were in one of those lives where there were a lot of people, and I just didn't have an opportunity to see your name. Oh, okay, Sock'em Rock'em. You normally here, you just don't say anything. Perfect. Oh, we're just glad you're here. You want me to check Chicago? Okay, I will do. You tell me what you want to see, and I'll try to find it if I can. I thought Chicago, I thought they were done. Because remember, we were in, we did the Chicago protest earlier. Let me see. I think they're done. I'll check. Because some are already done. And we left and just went to another. Let me see. Okay, this is Chicago. Yeah, they started doing something else. All right, but this is Chicago. Sock'em Rock'em said I don't talk too much. Okay, dear. All right, skip. Let's see what they're saying here. I don't know. When he's done singing, we'll see what's going on. There should be a whole lot of people speaking out against giving health care. Yeah, health care, food, free rent, free housing. Hey, do that for Americans. Monique, I'm sure Trump will make a statement about the shooting in Minnesota. Yeah, I'm sure he will too. I'm sure he will. But what all the things, like I said, that these people are doing, they're making Trump look like a hero. 7:30 a.m. Sunday here. Haven't slept yet. Oh, Steve. Okay. Steve, you're going to have to get some shut-eye now. Come on now. You got to get some sleep. Get your rest, Steve. But we're glad you're here. Marilyn Stone. How you doing, Marilyn? Welcome to the stream, love. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Share this on your Facebook page. Stay strong. No king. Stay strong. No king. Stay strong. Okay. All right, Marilyn. All right, let's see what they're saying here. So as you can see, people are just marching. Chicago Hood said Trump is our king for a day. So that's all Chicago hood that's happening in Chicago, dear. So things seem pretty peaceful. How you doing, Pigeon Raymer? Oh, France. Pigeon Raymer, hi from France. Can you tell me what is the general opinion in the USA about this? Because here all the media depicts this event as Trump fascism. Pigeon Raymer, okay, hit the like button for, excuse me, hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button because we talk about these topics daily. So Pigeon Raymer, if I guess I need to share my videos with you. They'll, Stevie's 66-year-old, okay, rollerblade, keep it up. They show to us USA being against Trump in the majority. Pigeon Raymer, you're fine. By the way, I've been to Nice as well as Paris and Florence. Well, that's not France, but I went to Nice, not Nice and Paris. Yeah, I think those are the only two places I went to. Okay, so anyway, happy birthday, President Trump from Beverly. Okay, Pigeon Raymer. So the majority of people, the people that you see marching, I don't know how much you know about American politics, but the American people voted for this. This was a major issue. And Pigeon Raymer, type in the comment section how much you know about American politics, because I can drop some links to my videos. It will explain everything. See, I don't know how much you know, so let me know in the comment section. Sock 'em, rock 'em. With every executive order, the POTUS becomes a king. So what do you think? Let me know. So this was a major stickler for many Americans, Pigeon Raymer. Okay. Okay, now they're just walk. People are just walk. And no one's really saying anything. Okay. So the American people were upset. Billions of dollars were spent on non-American citizens. Okay, Pigeon Raymer. Okay. Okay, Steve. So yeah, Pigeon Raymer. I'm definitely gonna have to share some videos with you from my channel. All the questions that you're asking, yeah, I've covered. I've done multiple videos on this, but I would have to take you back. Because we up until the election, we were, telling everyone explaining to everyone the nefarious activities that the Democrats were involved in, and they said that Black women were the backbone of the Democratic Party. And so when they sacked Joe Biden, the Black women in the Democratic Party threatened them and said, if you don't choose a Black woman to be president, to run for president, we'll blow the party up. We're done. So who did they get? They chose the Curry Queen, Kamala Harris, who you may know as Kamala Harris. And she is not Black, but they pawned her off on the American people because they're into gender and identity politics. And they said, well, we'll stick this in front of Black Americans and say, this is a Black woman. Boom, here you go. Vote for her. A lot of people, when a lot of Black people woke up and said, wait a minute. Now, a lot voted for her, but a lot did not. A lot stayed home. A lot voted for Donald Trump. So, like I said, I as I'm talking to you, I'm scrolling because oh my God, we started talking about that, oh wow, a while ago. And I probably need to take you back to the beginning. Oh my goodness. When Biden started losing Black support. So again, let me hit I'm going to share some links with you, and that will explain maybe, some of the things, the questions that you have, and also a lot of wokeism, because we have a lot here in France. Okay, Pigeon. Yeah, so we do here as well. But for you to really understand what's going on and what led up to these protests, right? You have to understand that the Democrats use lawfare against Donald Trump. There were a lot of trumped up charges. They were trying to just, get rid of him altogether. And when that didn't work and he was voted back in as president, they are salty. Chicago, what is Chicago Hood? Chicago Hood, yeah, Stevie. Yeah, most Americans, Stevie, Americans, listen, Trump won the White House. The Democrats lost the White House, the House, and the Senate. Their policies, the American people don't agree with. They lost everything in one election. Thanks for the link. I would Pigeon. I have more that I'll share with you if you're going to stick around. Let me know. The smart blacks voted for Trump. You, Steve. And this is what I said. Trump got a nice percentage of the black vote. Now it's up to the Republicans. This hasn't happened in years. It's up to the Republicans to start reaching out, because Trump did that. But if the Republicans don't reach out to black Americans, instead of saying, "Oh, we're not going to win that anyway," they're just going to stay home. That's what, because they're tired of the Democrats. I thank God, and I've said this in many videos, I thank God for the Biden-Harris administration flooding this country with illegals. And let me tell you why. A lot of black Americans woke up and said, "Hey, wait a minute. What is this?" And a lot of them, that's why the Curry Queen is not in the White House. A lot of them stayed home. Thank God. Woo! Lincoln abolished slavery. Yes. Slave Rescue Hound. Hello. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. I just subscribed because of a post I saw you put up. Which post was it, Slave Rescue? Hit the like button, dear. Here on this channel, we expose the lies and the propaganda of the left. Steve, yes. We're more policies. We're about policies, Steve. When you compare his policies to the policies of the Democrats, and that's what we say on this channel, everyone is welcome, but it's policy, policy, policy. And that's why, again, the American people have spoken. I said that, right? This is a referendum because the Democrats lost the House. The Democrats lost the White House, the Senate. Slave rescue at all. Please boycott Corona, Modelo, and all tequila. Also, make sure the next girl you buy wasn't made in Mexico. Okay, slave rescue. But Steve, we welcome everyone. We just ask for people to be respectful. That's all. So we don't care if you support the Democrat. That's fine. We're all human beings. We just ask for, just to be respectful. That's all. And we have a good time here. And we have people who are Democrats who are subscribed to the channel. We do. Okay, so you're welcome. Pigeon Ryman. Yeah, I saw a video about people getting paid to give some logistic material for the Protestant, but the information here was shared by YouTubers, not by me. Okay, Pigeon Raymer. Okay. Yeah, you need to check out my videos. Okay, Monique, thank you. Okay, Steve, that's fine. Slave Rescue Hound, boycott all imported Mexican goods if you can. Okay, Slave Rescue Hound. Okay, Steve, that's fine. Okay. Chicago Hood, only delusional people protest endlessly. Paid protesters boost numbers. Okay. Yeah, so and that's fine. We welcome everyone. You don't have to, we're not into groupthink on this channel. like the left, where everyone has to think the same way. So Monique, correct. Probably nerd. Yeah, Steve, probably. We're still fine without him. That's fine. I just switched back to 1738 after buying strictly tequila almost 10 years. Okay, Slave Rescue Hound. Okay. So anyway, the channel will continue to grow, and I can't help it if people unsubscribe. I tell them that they are welcome. Slave Rescue Hound, force car companies to leave Mexico. Okay. Well, we have to wait and see what's going to happen with the tariffs and everything. Okay. So you tell me. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. All right. Let me do this quickly. All right, there we go. Right, Slave Rescue Hound. Probably. All right. So anyway, folks, what can you do? I tell everyone they're welcome, but if they want to leave, that's fine. Great to be an American. I'm just so glad that here again, Monique, Chicago Hood, and those of you who've been with me for a while, you know, Tina, hey, we always say we may have a difference of opinion. We're different people. That's fine. We still respect each other. We don't call each other names. We just have a good time. We talk about important subject matter, and that's what we do. We don't care that we don't always agree. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much. All right, here's something. This is where is this? New York? Let's see if anything is going on here differently. They're finally talking again. All right. Let me get rid of this ad. All right.
We want justice. I say we want. You say democracy. We want democracy. We want democracy. We want democracy.
Okay. Sock'em Rock'em Robot. Boom. Sock'em Rock'em, say it for the people in the back, please, sir. Dems are for free speech until they don't agree with you. That deserves 3. Boom. Perfect. They are for free speech until. Absolutely right. Let's see what they're saying here.
No, I say we want. You say no throne. We want 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 no throne.
They don't look like they have any energy. They look like they are just zombies. Oh my God. All right. Hit the like button for me, please, folks. We'll probably get off here soon because there's not a lot of action going on here. I think I'll have to pin that statement. Sock'em Rock'em. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It's not popping up. I wanted to pin your statement, but I can't because it won't pop up on my phone. Thank you, Slave Rescue Hound. I need you guys to please share to your friends and subscribers to boycott all Mexican goods. I'm subscribed. Oh, okay. Okay. Slave Rescue Hound. All right. So yeah, this is all that they're doing. Again, wasting time that they'll never get back. Sock'em Rock'em said it's just a communist mark. Yeah, commies and Marxists. So we do know that. These ultra liberals are a pain in the rear. Okay, yeah. Zombies always act that way. Yeah, they're just marching aimlessly. Nothing's changing These people are still being detained and deported. Nothing is changing. So that's all we have here. At least we don't see crimes being committed. I like that. We still have to wait to see what's going to happen tonight. How you doing, Miss Paulina? Hola. When we express ourselves with statements like fight, they label us insurrectionists and put people in jail like J6 people. Yeah. Sock them. Yeah. But if you look at it, looks like all the people that are you don't see you don't see as many of the illegals marching. So that's something I'm observing. You see some, but not like the other, like the LA riots. Paulina, I don't know what YouTube is. I can't see. Paulina, I can't see your messages on my phone. What the heck? Anyway, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Anyway, hit the like button for me, dear. Thank you. We'll see, Sock'em Rock'em, what happens tonight. And two, folks, I think with Trump sending out the Marines and the National Guard, people know this is not the Biden-Harris administration, and you will be dealt with. They know that. All right, Miss Paulina, we're glad you're here. They know that that last regime is done. It's over. So sock 'em, rock 'em. It's nice to see some U.S. flags. Yeah, sock 'em. If I were here illegally and, I wanted to stay here and say I fled from, I don't know, Guatemala, I'm not going to be swinging the Guatemalan flag. I left there for a reason. That is crazy. All right, they're not saying anything here. Let me see. And just walking with signs. Again, they look tired. All right. I hope that you all have been enjoying this stream. Oh my God, we got on at 1:15. So we'll probably finish up in another few minutes. Let's go about 4 more minutes and we'll be done. Share the stream out. Also hit that like button. Thank you. Yes. So this is what's going on. Now, don't forget, those of you who are just joining the stream, 6 o'clock, make sure you watch the Army. I played that earlier. They're having that parade because it's their anniversary. Okay, where are we here? Light bearer. Well, that's because they were paid to cross the border. Yeah, if you follow the money trail, and then even a light bearer, the ones who were not paid, if you have someone telling you, come to this country to get free food, especially free housing, free money, and you're somewhere where in a country where you're poor and impoverished, of course you're coming. So again, we have to lay this at the feet of the Biden-Harris administration. We do. Me too, Tina. Me too. Oh, yeah. So that, it is what it is. And I actually, again, as you can see, folks, I invite everyone, even if they're Democrat, just be respectful. If they decide not to come back, that's on them. I did the right thing by telling them, hey, you're welcome here. Everyone is welcome as long as you're respectful. So if they decide not to stay, hey, that's on them. That's on them. Okay. All right. And Tina, I appreciate those words of encouragement. Thank you so much. So yeah, we have crazy people that drop in here, but we're like, whatever. I keep telling people I'm a Generation X, so you don't hurt my feelings if you come and you don't like what we're saying, and I'm unsubscribing. Okay, life will continue without you. We're fine. Okay. It will be okay. Yes, Robert, they do. Sometimes I'm just listening because I work from home. Yeah, Florida, my yard work is done. I had to get out and cut all that grass. And so I had to get up early. And so that's just about all, folks. And since we got on about what, 1:15? Thank you, Chicago Hood. Love you too. Again, we're not teenagers and we're not in our 20s. We don't have to agree on everything. I don't know what's wrong with these people. What do they think I'm going to do? Oh, I'm unsubscribed. What am I going to do? Cry? I'm not. You're an American. That's great. Unsubscribe. Unhit the like button. If that rocks your boat, hey, that makes you happy, I'm happy for you. It's not that serious. All right. Okay, unless someone has something else for me. This is pretty much all, folks. Now, if it gets kind of wild tonight, since I've been on here so long today, I may not come on at 6 like I normally do. Chicago Hood said no deranged losers allowed. You got that right, Chicago. We have enough crazy people. Yes. So since I've been on so long, I won't get on at 6, but something happens, where they start to have riots and looting and things, I will jump on. So I'll just have to keep stay on top of that and see what's going on with that. Yeah. Again, I'm a Generation Xer, and we don't get upset like it's okay. Yeah, Sock'em, I am going to, that's another reason why I'm not coming on at 6. I'll be playing the parade. Yeah. That's another reason. I want to check that out, the Army Parade. So, again, Sock'em, Rock'em, if you're enjoying the content, dear, share this on your Facebook page, love. Chicago Hook. Yes. Bye, Chicago. Don't forget, all of you who are here, Sunday, 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be live again. And that's a standard. I'm live every Sunday, 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to break down why, because some of you may not know if you're not on social media like I am, not saying I'm on it a lot, but with some of the topics that we talk about, I have to get on social media to see what's being said. And there are a lot of you see videos, Latinos begging Black people for help as the Marxists fume. So the Democrats are angry because I told you once Trump won, one thing after another. What have I been saying? Go back and check my videos. They've been trying to get Black Americans in the streets. And they said, nope. That's right, Paulina. Don't forget the cats. Meow. And so like I said, I've looked at a lot of videos on that. And I'm probably going to talk about that tomorrow. About a lot of the videos that are circulating on social media. Robert, Chicago, they have transgender women reading to little kids in one of their libraries. That sounds like Chicago. And so this is all they're doing. And again, sock 'em, rock 'em. Okay, dear, that's fine. Yeah, and if rioting or something major happens, I may jump on momentarily, but if not, I'll just watch the Army Parade. and leave it there. All right. I enjoyed this stream. I'm glad I got on and got to spend some time with the best subscribers on YouTube. Woo, woo, woo. All right. As you can see, they're still, look at, they're still waving their flags from Mexico. I see an American flag over there. There's a, I don't know what that is. Okay. So that's all they're doing. They're calm now. So, that's okay. It'll be a brighter tomorrow, folks. They can continue to waste their precious time, but I know we are not going to, Robert said, that's disgusting. Fluoride. Yeah. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. It'll be here better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. You know, I had to sing some Fleetwood Mac. Woo! So that's all I have for you. Because I told you again, these rioters look tired. And they need to go home. They're wasting precious time. I'm going next to the comment section. Sock'em Rock'em, yes. Sock'em Rock'em, I was singing the Stones. You missed it. I was singing Street Fighting Man from 1968. How you doing, EC? Go Trump. EC, hit that like button, love. Also hit that subscribe button and make sure it is on all notifications. Yes. Yeah, you know, I sing the classics here. Sock'em Rock'em. Okay. I don't see any other questions. So we will get out of here. I've enjoyed it. Sock'em Rock'em. Come back tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Sock'em Rock'em. I sing the classics all the time. I'm always singing Carly Simon and several other people. And with all these protests, the reason I decided last night, with last night's video, I decided to sing Street Fighting. Do you like the Stones? Sock'em Rock'em. That's my favorite group. I've been to see them in concert. I decided to sing Street Fighting Man because the Stones made that in 68 when all the Vietnam protests were going on, the civil rights protests. There's some protesting going on in Paris and London. Whole lot of stuff was going on. So I decided to sing Street Fighting Man, seeing that that's my favorite group. Everywhere I hear the sound of marching, charging people. 'Cause summer's here and the time is right for fighting in the street, boy. Well, now what can a poor boy do except to sing for a rock and roll band? 'Cause in sleepy London town, there's just no place for street fighting man. No. Hey, think the time is right for a palace revolution. 'Cause where I live, the game to play is compromise solution. Well, now what can a poor boy do except to sing for a rock and roll band? 'Cause in sleepy London town, there's just no place for street fighting man. Whoa, Sock'em. And Angie, when will those clouds all disappear? Woo! You'll have me here all day singing the Stones now. EC, good. They need to be either California or Texas. All right. We'll get out of here. Don't forget, Sock'em Rock'em, EC021. Make sure you're here tomorrow, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you're subscribed so that you get each and every notification. All right. You know where I'm going next? I'm going to the chat room. And okay. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to get off from here. We've been here almost 3 hours. Sock'em Rock'em, if you're here tomorrow at 4 o'clock, I'll sing some more Stone songs for you, I promise. Okay? Okay, I'm going to the comment section. I enjoyed you. Be safe. Yes, they're on the wrong side of history, but they keep saying that we're on the wrong side. Yes, Sock'em Rock'em. I'll sing some Bowie, some Hall & Oates. I'll sing all of that. I love it. Some Journey, Led Zeppelin, all of it. AC/DC. Paulina. Thank you, Paulina. You know I love my rock and roll. I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come and take the time and dance with me. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, 1980. Boom. Woo, 1980 was a good year. All right. Meet me in the comment section. I love you all. Be safe and meet me here tomorrow at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll do it again. I have an excellent topic tomorrow. All right, let's go. Let's talk in the comment section. Thank you for being here.